To this video presentation of the compensation plan, the marketing plan of ushare. As we all know, or you may or may not know, ushare and ushare is a product or one of the company that belongs to the DT Socialize holding. And ushare is responsible for the distribution of all product and services and apps that are created by the DT Socialize holding. So before we start, it's important to understand that in order to be fair with all part of the world, DT Socialize has come up with 3 different zones. Why? Because the income per capita in the different countries are not always the same. So money you spend or incomes in Europe or in the US are not identical to incomes in Africa or in South America or in Middle East. So for that reason, they came up with 3 zones: Zone A, Zone B, and Zone C. And all these zones have their own very levels and qualification levels for the compensation plan. So it's important to know that when you start, because that will be a huge that will have a huge importance when comes the time to move up the ranks. So you can pause the video when you're watching it later to find out where your country is. All right. Now, this being said, let's start. How do you become a sharer? Well, signing up is free. All right. Signing up is free. It is not compulsory for the sharer. So you who joins to have purchased a U card. So you could actually start building your team without having purchased any U card. You will also have access to a personal back office where you can actually follow your team's activities. So sales and commissions. Commissions are calculated based on sales of product and services from yourself, by yourself, but also for people that build up your team. So commissions are paid monthly according to the following rules. So 70% in euros to a bank account that you provided, and 30% in DT coin exchangeable on the reference market. The DT coin is our in-house cryptocurrency, which is based on the intrinsic value of the entire holding. So then commissions withdrawal, as I said, the amount corresponding to 70% of the accumulated commission is paid in euros to a bank account that you initially provided, but it can also be paid in Bitcoin, BTC, or in via payer. It usually takes about 5 business days before you can get it after the request. Then you have the 30% remaining that are paid in DT coin, and that will be displayed in the ready for FMC e-wallet on in your back office that you can either keep to see the value grow, or you can convert them into euros. Now let's talk about the revenues. So the revenues here, short as rev, represent point volume that is the unit based on your rewards calculation. That's the simplest way of putting it. So those who are used to online marketing and MLM know about the point volume. So basically, each time you spend money, in our case, you buy a U card, a so-called U card. So 80% of the amount spent is equivalent to your point volume, and that is that amount that is used to calculate your ranking. So they also use to determine your progress towards your qualification within the organization. And 100 euro, for example. So for 100 euro of turnover or sales, the equivalent rev or point volume is 80, because it's 80%. So revs are accumulated over time and will never be reset. So you never lose them, you never go down, you can only go up. Now let's talk about scores and qualifications. So since the revs never reset, progression and qualification are simpler to explain, and they can always go up, right? So compared to other compensation plans, an additional advantage of this system is the fact that there's no time limit to reach your qualification. So some people would need time to get like a diesel engine. They will need time to warm up, and then when they hit the ground, they'll fly. So some other people can do that immediately. So an additional, so once you have reached the qualification level, you cannot lose it and ever. All right, you keep it for life and you can only go up, which makes your progress easier. So the different countries, as I mentioned at the beginning, are classified in 3 different zones, based on the average per capita income. So these 3 different areas allow members to achieve their qualification with different rev amount between one zone and another. Now let's talk about the 5 methods to earn, the 5 methods to win. The first one is the direct bonus. The second one is the team bonus. The next one, the third one, is the matching bonus. Then you have the rank bonus and you have the fast start bonus. Let's talk about the direct commissions or the direct bonus. This is the bonus calculated on the U card purchased when you sponsor somebody. As I said on the earlier slide, one U card generates 80% of the value of the U card in rev, in point volume. So your 15% in direct bonus is calculated based on that point volume. Let's look at an example here. Let's take a simple example. €100 U card will generate 80 rev, which is 80 point volume, because 80 represent 80% of 100. And then if you sponsor the person who purchased the €100 U card, you will get 15% of the 80 of the point volume, which is 12. Now, if you want to have an easier way of reading this, just tell yourself that it's always 12% of the amount spent in euro. Because if you take all these amounts, you'll see that it's always 12% that you get in, it's always 12% that you get in commissions. Now, looking closely at this, €20. So the €20 U card is the entry level for zone C, right? Then €40 U card is the entry level for zone B, but it can also be purchased by people in zone C. Then you have the €100 U card, which is the entry level for zone A, right? You can go back and check what zone A, B, and C are. So, and here in the yellow here, you have the commissions, the amount that are paid for each commission. Now, look at this here. For each U card, you get what we call a U balance deposited onto your account. However, when you get to the 500 U card, you start getting an additional balance deposited on your account. For example, €500 U card, you will get 525. 3,000 euro U card, you will get 3,450. 12,000 euro U card, you'll get 14,400. This is just amazing. Now, let's look again closely for additional information. So 3,000 U card, you not only get the additional money, the additional balance, but you also get an account, a trust account that is given to you for free for life, plus a credit card with a limit at 2,500 euros. So if you go, this is a standard account. Now, if you go for the 6,000 or the 12,000 euro U card, guess what? You're getting the gold version of the same account, coming with the gold credit card with an upper limit or expense limit daily of 10,000 euros. This is just crazy, right? Now let's talk about the team bonus. The team bonus or team commissions is what you earn over all the sales made by your team. Let me repeat, it is the percentage of commissions you get from the sales made or done by your team. How do you qualify to earn a team bonus? First of all, you need to have a personal U card. So you cannot be just a sharer without U card. You have to have one personal U card. You have to have 3 of your direct sponsor, people that you personally sponsored with a U card. It doesn't matter. Where they are, but they have to have a U card. And then you must have achieved at least the start qualification. We'll see what the start qualifications are here. So this way, you're eligible to receive your team bonus, depending on, of course, your team's performance. Now let's look at the different qualification levels. So, for example, in order to qualify as a star in Zone A, you need 1,000 rev. In Zone B is 500. In Zone C is 125. So, what does this mean? This means that for the star qualification, it could be your own money that you put down. This is not €1,000, it's 1,000 rev, all right, which represent 80% of the amount spent. So this could be your own personal money that you put in order to purchase some products and services on ushare. Or it could also be a combination of your own purchases as well as your team's purchases that come up to this amount. That would qualify you as a star. Now, in order to get to the Pearl ranking, you need as a team, right? You need as a team to have generated 5,000 rev in Zone A, 2,500 in Zone B, 625 in Zone C. Plus, you also need to have at least one of your direct sponsor or direct downline that has reached the level star. That will give you a 5% bonus on your team. So the star gives you 3%. And then that's how you read all this. For example, in order to qualify as Ruby, you need as a team in Zone A to have accumulated 30,000 rev, in Zone B 15, in Zone C 3,550. And you also need to have 3 star that are your direct referral people that you refer to yourself, and you will be getting 9% on all the sales made by your team. Now, in order to qualify, starting here at Emerald, one thing you need to understand and very well understand is that the amount of rev generated by every single branch, every single line of your team will be divided by 2. All right. So only 50% of it will be taken into account. Same for all the other qualification starting from Emerald. Now, another thing I would like to mention is that once you qualify for Star, you get the Star rank immediately. However, for any other ranking, you don't get it before, you only get it on the first day of the following month. Let me repeat. So when you fulfill all the requirements for Star, you get your Start ranking immediately. However, for all other rankings, you get them the first day of the following month after your qualification. So you can apply the same way of reading this in order to understand exactly what it means. So here you see they didn't give any details, but you can identify the conditions here. For example, for Emerald, on top of all the other conditions, you need to have 1 pearl, a 2nd pearl, and then a sapphire, all right? For the diamond qualification, you need 2 sapphire and a ruby under your team that you've sponsored personally. That's how you read that. Same thing here, for example, here you need 2 diamonds and 1 blue diamond in your team that you've personally sponsored. And of course, these amounts of revs to get 21% as team bonus. So we can look at some examples here. So to achieve the qualification, regardless of Zone A, B, or C, your direct lines and your descendant qualification and rev requirement must always be met, in addition to the 50% clause. So if you are in Zone A and have 1 more lines in Zone B or C to access your qualification, in addition to the condition of their qualification, the rev corresponding to the qualification required at level A is also required. What does that mean? Let us look at 2 different examples. So you are in Zone A. To achieve your blue diamond, you require 300,000 rev or more, including 1 diamond with 150 rev and 2 emerald with 60 rev each. Now, these are on different lines, different branches, of course. Let's do the math now. If you happen to have somebody in Zone C that has managed to qualify as a diamond, keep in mind that for Zone C, they only need 18,750 rev to qualify as a diamond. But you need, in order to move up to blue diamond, 150,000 revs. So that is the difference. So you will need, even though you already have a diamond, even though he's from zone C, you still need this amount in rev in order to qualify. Even though it doesn't come from this diamond, you will have to get it from your other legs all together as a team. That's how you get this one. Same as if you are in zone C and you have some legs in zone B or A, the amount of revs that they'll be bringing into your team will actually help you reach the rev amount qualification condition faster than if you were doing it on your own, which is good. So that's how you understand this qualification requirements. Now, let's look at the team bonus and how it applies once you have downlines, like direct downlines that start qualification and moving up in ranks, right? Let's suppose, for example, yourself here, you are a diamond. As a diamond, you get like 13% team bonus, right? You get 13% in the sales performance of your team. But let's assume that one of your team is a sapphire. If one of your team is a sapphire, they're entitled to 7% of their own team bonus. So in this case, you will be getting 13% minus 7, which is theirs, and then you'll be getting 6%. Now let's imagine you also have a star within your organization, within your branch. You will have 13% minus their 3% that they're entitled to, and you'll be getting 10%. Same thing for the pearl. Here you can do the math. Now let's talk about the matching bonus. The matching bonus is an additional commission calculated on your team bonus, on the team bonus of your referral. So what does that mean? It means your referrals have ranked to the point that they start getting team bonus. Your matching bonus will be a certain percentage of their team bonus that they are getting. So the matching bonus is one of the most popular bonus for the leaders in ushare. Now let's look at the matching bonus. First thing you must see here is that the matching bonus starts at sapphire. So any ranking prior to sapphire is not entitled to the matching bonus. So if you want to get the matching bonus, you want to make sure you qualify to sapphire at least. And then you have all the other ranking. And as you can see here, the higher you go in ranking, the deeper you can earn the matching bonus. And when you reach green diamond, you can go all the way down to 11 levels, or also known as 11 generations. You can go, that's how deep you can go. What does that mean? This means that it basically, incites the leader to help grow his team, to support his downline in growing, because the more they get in team bonus, the higher his own bonus, his or her own bonus in matching bonus will be. So it would just make sense for them as a true leader to support the team, to make them grow, because the bigger they're gonna get, the higher they're gonna rank, and then the more money as a leader they are going to get. So you can pause here and read through these examples to truly understand how it makes. For example, if one of my indirect prospects, so people that have been sponsored by people that I've sponsored, who is at the 4th level of my downline, receives 1,000 euro of team bonus, and I have the emerald ranking, I'll receive 200 in matching bonus, right? Same here. If one indirect downlines receive 35,000 in team bonus, as their leader or their sponsor, you receive 5,000 euro in matching bonus. Let's talk about the rank bonus. The rank bonus is basically an additional bonus that is dropped in there each time you move up a level, each time you move up a rank. Let's look, for example, so you don't get anything for the start ranking. However, once you start moving up from star, you get, when you move up to pearl, you get 40 euros in zone A, 20 in zone B, 5 in zone C, all paid in BT coin, our own local cryptocurrency. So when you go to from pearl to sapphire, you get 100 euros in zone A, and then you have the amounts there for the other zones, paid in DT coin. So basically, for the first three up in rank, you get it paid completely in DT coin, our own cryptocurrency. However, starting from Emerald and up, you get 70% of the amount in euro and 30% in DT coin, right? So this is here how it works. So the rank bonus is an additional bonus for each qualification level achieved, in addition of all the other commissions that we talked about. So for the first three, all paid in DT coin. However, from Emerald all the way down, 70% in euro and 30% in DT coin. Now, let's talk about the fast start bonus. The fast start bonus is the bonus that allows you to boost your income from day one. So this is really for people that know how to hit the ground running. It's important to understand that, to hit the ground running. So if you're one of those, the fast start bonus is for you. So let's take the example of somebody who wants to go for the fast start bonus. So if within the first 30 days after their registration, they qualify as a star with 3,000 rev and with 3 direct sponsor, people that they sponsored themselves, which also purchased a U card with a minimum of 80 rev, you get 500 euros. That's your bonus. That is if you do that within the first 30 days. Now, if you do within the first 60 days, you manage to reach the Pearl level and get a total of 12,000 rev and 4 direct downlines with 80 rev minimum. So you will get 1,500 euros. It is important to also read this to understand this rule. When you do this, while you do this, the sum of your weak lines has to be at least equal to 50% of the strongest line. What does that mean? Let's say one of your lines and yourself, your rev amount represents a line. So let's say, for example, in one of those lines, you have $10,000 and all the other lines are, you have 10,000 rev and all the other lines are just 100, 100, 100, 100, and you only have 5 other lines. You'll see that if you add up all the revs for the other lines, they don't fulfill this rule because they are less than 50% of the 10,000 revs you have on this side, on the other line, on your strongest line. So you want to make sure your lines are a bit balanced to the point that all the sum of all the weak lines are at least equal to 50% of the strongest line. So if you can do the same thing within the first 90 days with a Ruby qualification, 30,000 rev, and 5 direct downlines with at least 80 revs, and making sure this rule is respected, you get an additional 3,000 euros. And then if you achieve diamond within your first 180 days, that's 15,000 euros. And you have the conditions at the bottom. If you become blue diamond within your first 270 days, that's about 9 months, you will get 30,000 euros, right? 30,000 euros, and these are the qualifications. So this is how you read the fast start bonus, which is one of the sweetest bonus out there. So you could basically, while you're still ramping up your business, be earning already over, 45, 48, 49, 50, $50,000 you could earn all the way to blue diamond. So that is all there for you to grab, right? So here you have a summary of what we just went through with the fast start bonus for zone A. You have the same information for zone B. You have the same information for zone C. So that is the end of the presentation. However, I would like to mention a warning. The first one is that I am not a financial advisor, nor am I an investment advisor. I only share information on projects that I take part of. Now, the second warning is this one. The amount indicated in this document are absolutely not representative of the income of a sharer by becoming a sharer. These amounts should therefore not be considered as guarantees profit. So any guarantee of profit that a sharer could give would be false information, and in any case not authorized by SPM SAR. So the possible gains indicated in this compensation plan depend exclusively on the individual commitment in the promotion of the sale of product and service, and are therefore based on the activity performed by the sharer personally and by his team. So the compensation plan can be periodically modified according to the needs of the company. SPMSO will advise of any change in accordance with procedures defined in the cooperation agreement. Thank you very much for watching this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, just give a thumb up. And if you are interested in joining, just go back to the person that referred you to watch this video, or the person that sent you this video, and they'll be able to assist you further in getting you in, in the organization as a sharer, and start building your own business. If you just found it on the internet and you want to know more, feel free to leave a comment and I'll gladly get back to you. Thank you very much.